Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a highly requested video on how to make a full lace closure wig. Okay, a couple things that you would need before you start your wig. You'll need a wig cap. As you can see, I'm using a mesh wig cap. Also a pair of scissors. You will need thread. I'm using nylon thread. Also curved needles. I have 4 just because I don't like threading the needles, T-pins, and then of course a mannequin head. Okay, so to get started, I'm going to sew my lace closure onto the cap first. Sometimes I do it last, but this time I prefer to do it first just to go ahead and get it out the way. So I'm taking my T-pins and I'm placing it on each corner of the lace closure to hold it down and to keep it in place, keep it from moving and sliding and shifting. Okay, so after I have my closure secured with the T-pins, I take my threaded needle and I take the needle through the mesh wig cap first and then through the lace closure. But I do not take the needle all the way through the entire cap. I do not go through the elastic part of the wig cap. If you do, your wig cap will not stretch at all. So I only take it through the mesh part of the cap and then go through the lace. So to secure it, I take the needle back through the mesh again and back through the lace, but this time I take the other end of the thread and wrap it around the needle 2 to 3 times and then pull it through, and it forms a knot which will hold your closure in place, locked in, not moving, not going anywhere at all. Okay, so I had to lay down this mannequin head because it was just doing too much, like spinning and turning around. But anyway, so to stitch down my closure, after I form my knot, which keeps the thread from coming loose, all I do is just go back through the mesh, take it through the lace, and just pull it through. Now you can knot it each time if you want to. I prefer not to just because it takes too much time. Every now and then I will, but just regular stitchings will be fine as long as they're not too loose, then it'll be fine. Alright, quick tip. When you are sewing a lace closure onto a wig cap, do one side at a time, then do the other side, then do the back. The reason why I'm saying this is to avoid any lumps and knots in your lace closure. You don't want that. You don't want any lumpy closures on your wig cap. So do one side at a time, then do the back. Alright, so when I am done with my stitchings on each side and the back, just like how I formed the knot in the beginning, that is how I form the knot at the end to make sure my thread does not come loose. I do my stitching through the mesh and then the lace, and then I wrap it around the needle 2 to 3 times, pulling it through to form a knot. Then I cut it and tie maybe it looks like about 4 knots there, just for extra security. And after you're done, this is what your stitchings should or could possibly look like. Alright, now that I have my closure sewn on, I'm going to start installing my bundles. So the exact same way that I sewed my closure on is the exact same way that I will be sewing all of my bundles onto my hair. I take the needle and thread through, this time I take it through the hair first. When I'm starting, I take it through the actual weft and then through the mesh of the wig cap. Okay, so after I have sewn one row across, one track across, and I'm ready to flip the hair over because I don't cut my tracks unless I'm at the very, very top. I do just like I did when I'm forming a knot. I take my needle through the weft. I only go through the wefts on the ends when I'm ready to flip over and go back and forth. I take it through the weft and then through the mesh. Take the thread and wrap it around the needle 2 to 3 times just to form my knot. Pull it through and then continue to go in my loop around method until I get to the other end. When I'm ready to flip it back over, I go back through the weft and then do the same steps over. Alright, so I have my first bundle sewn in, and as you can see, I have a nice little green line going across my wig cap. So this is because I like to sew my longest bundles in the back. I don't like them kind of spaced out. Pretty much this is to make sure that the back of my wig is full. I hate thin wigs like in the back. I hate it. So I draw this line just as a guide for me, just to fill in this area, going back and forth. I'm not going outside of this line. I'm filling it in, and this is, like I said, to make sure that the back of my wig is nice and full. Also, if you want to know, that green line came from a jumbo eyeliner pencil that I had for a while. I use that pencil only for my wigs anyway. Don't ask me why I had green. It actually came in handy now. So I am taking my tracks and I'm just going back and forth now. I'm no longer going straight across. I'm going over the wig cap from one side to the other. Okay, so I'm at the very top, and this is the part where I begin to cut the tracks, just because I don't want like any bumps or lumps like when my closure is falling over my hair. Although with this hair, being that it's big and curly, it wouldn't really show, but I'm just in a habit of when I get to the top, I cut it, so if I ever have straight hair, then I know that everything will lay flat and seamlessly. Alright, I'm done sewing all 4 bundles of hair and the closure onto my wig cap. Now the last and final step is to remove your wig from the mannequin head. If you recall, we did sew the lace closure on, but we still have this mesh up under it, and it's pointless if you do not cut it out. Like, the lace will not show through because of this black cap up under it. So we're gonna cut out that little section there with our scissors, but be careful not to cut too close to your stitchings. That is like the worst thing ever. You're done with your wig, like you're ready to put it on, whatever, and you cut out the extra mesh and end up snipping your stitches, and then it just, everything unravels and fall apart. So now that we have that little piece out the way, our wig is done. You can see the lace is showing through now on my skin, on top of my hand, and yes, that is it. And this is what the wig looks like. I freaking love it. Also, make sure you stay tuned. I will be doing a part 2 on how I apply my wig and how I blend my closure to make it look like it's my real scalp. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Bye.